Well, howdy folks. Oh, screw the hat for today. It is way too hot for a hat. Anyways, I finally checked out the Whatever podcast for the first time, as I've heard there's some very interesting average American opinions on there, and they seem to interview a lot of just very kind of normal people, as well as a lot of like adult workers, which from some of the thumbnails I've seen, they mostly look like sort of 20 to mid 20-year-olds OF workers for the most part, but they seem to have a good age range of women from different backgrounds, etc. So let's check it out and see what gold we dig up. Alright, so we're starting off with your basic intelligence test, or general knowledge test, depending on how you look at it.
Name 3 countries besides the USA.
Africa,
Nope.
Antarctica,
No.
Europe.
So she named 3 continents. Actually, does Antarctica technically count as a country as well as a continent? Nope, Antarctica is not a country.
Name 1 continent.
Greenland?
Greenland.
Oh,
I don't know what
dear. These people are naming countries when they're asked for continents, and continents when they're asked for countries.
What is the capital of the USA?
That's a trick question. Is it not? Wait, I don't.
What is it? What do you think it is?
Come on, even though I know that, it's Washington.
There's a capital of the whole USA?
That's crazy. She's American and she doesn't even know the capital of her own country.
If a dozen eggs cost $3, how much is each egg?
$3?
25 cents.
I didn't understand the question.
If a dozen eggs, so what's a dozen?
12.
If a dozen
12.
eggs cost $3, how much is each egg?
I'm not sure how to answer that question. I'm not good at fractions.
With math. If a dozen eggs cost $3, how much is each egg?
40 cents.
Oh, jeez. Like 36 cents?
36, sure.
No.
Do you know what year the War of 1812 started?
Oh, come on.
I don't know that much about history, but I would love if Brian would teach me.
Admittedly, they're always the funniest ones when the answer is actually in the name. When did the War of 1812 start? Well, obviously 1812.
I think sometimes that you bring on women who are young, who are inexperienced. I feel like you try to intentionally make them look incompetent.
I disagree. You know whether or not you know the answer to 66 plus 34 before you come on this show, and Brian cannot make you look any more or less intelligent than you are.
I don't make people look stupid. They make themselves look stupid.
Do you vet
That's
these
right.
women?
I would say if you ask to be on and you're able to make it into the studio, we're not typically turning people down. I mean, we have women who are higher educated than me here on the panel. We have 2 women who are 21. We have 4 women who are over the age of 40. We have a 42-year-old, 49, 48, 57. We have a 32, a 34-year-old.
That's a pretty good ratio split, that is. Good age ranges. And what is going on with this girl's eyes? Is this just like makeup, or does she have a defect or something? Because it looks like her eyelids are like coming out 3D. I don't know. Her eyes are striking though. All right, we got a body count reveal.
Body count?
2.
2.
4 billion.
Very good.
That checks out.
4 billion.
I decided since you're not answering, I'm not answering.
I'm not going to even press it.
Wait, 0?
0?
Holly, I will you right after the show. I'm going to you, Holly. Alina, body count?
I'm gonna be like you. I don't disclose. I said it last time and I got a bunch of nasty messages. Look, I have a piece of advice for any girl.
Wait,
who wants to
what
come
did you
here.
say last time?
Don't say your body count. If it's
Say your
low,
bo- no,
if
say
it's
it,
low,
say it.
you're gonna get shit on. If it's high,
No,
you're gonna
nobody's
get
going to
shit
shit
on.
on the women if it's low.
No, if it's low, you're gonna get
No,
shit on. If it's
your
high,
low
you're gonna
body
get
count
shit
is
on.
too
If you
high.
don't say
No, she's speaking the truth. People do on both sides of the spectrum. People who have slept with loads of people will try and belittle people who've slept with hardly any people, and the same the other way around. I just realised as well that 4 billion that woman said would literally be practically all the men on Earth.
More people are dying now than World War II. Google it.
What is she smoking? People who died in World War II was like 80 to 100 million people or something.
When I said it's difficult to debate an intelligent person, what you just said is
Right?
possibly the dumbest thing.
I don't agree it is until you Google it.
I have...
Talking about now, so between
Yeah, here-
Ukraine,
Yep.
Palestine,
Yep.
Sudan, Iran.
God, she is stupid, but just for the lulz, I'm going to Google it. Oh, Your average daily rate. So because the population's so massive, she's trying to basically say that all your worldwide deaths from illness, sickness, old age and everything is equatable to just the war killings in World War II.
Yep.
Palestine,
Yep.
Sudan, Iran. Where are the other ones?
So she's not even thinking about the global death rate in that way. Because she's actually listing off places, then she thinks that more people are dying in conflicts than in World War II today. Whereas she did actually have an avenue to go down if she wanted to be technically true, but instead she's taken the brain dead route and has just completely misunderstood her own point.
I'm willing to go back to World War I, and you get everything from the Korean War on. How's that sound?
Was World War I Pearl Harbor and all that?
What?
Was World War I Pearl
Or
Harbor?
Hiroshima?
Oh my gosh, they were both World War II. And like he said before, he's not the one who's making people look stupid. People make themselves look stupid.
If all men just disappeared, do you think the world would be better or worse? All men.
It'd be
Okay.
safer. Like
Do you
that.
actually
Be
think the
safer.
world would be safer if
Yes.
all men disappeared?
Now, before I hear the rest, I just want to completely dismantle her point. So does she think that if there was just women on the earth and no men, then the women would have taken on like the macho hunter roles and send most of the dangerous animals extinct? Like, men are the protectors. Always have been. There's no way that the world would be safer with just women. And flip the coin the other way, the world would probably be a lot more brutal with just men. You got masculinity and femininity that kind of balance things out in some ways. So anyway, let's see her reasoning.
Be
I
absolutely
mean,
catastrophic.
I think maybe it wouldn't be
would
safer in
be.
the terms like maybe a wolf might get me or something.
I mean, how many women would freeze to death and starve to death?
Well, if I'm so how am I going to starve to death, Andrew?
Are you saying?
Well, it might be
Andrew?
6 months for you.
Wow.
Okay. He's going
I
to
don't
die.
think you
I'm
understand.
going to make it.
If
I'm
all
okay
men
with that.
were to disappear, the immediate catastrophe that would be.
How?
Okay, so 95% of
Because all the
tanker
infrastructure
drivers
is
are
run by
men.
men.
90%
Tank?
I'm sorry.
tanker drivers.
Tanker, like in the war?
Tankers.
What's a tanker?
The thing that hauls the gasoline.
Water, sewage,
Wow.
electricity, gas, fuel, refinement, telecommunications, IT infrastructure,
people just
road
make themselves
maintenance,
look
delivery
stupid.
drivers, police, fire rescue.
How about other things like fracking, electrical maintenance, nuclear engineering? Like the list goes on and on and on.
See, these are just simple-minded opinions by people who have lived in a padded society. They've never experienced real danger and survival, and clearly don't understand the natural genetic hierarchy between men and women.
Can you tell me a woman who you think is a 9.99?
Margot Robbie.
Please tell me a woman who you
Really?
think is a 10,
Megan Fox is actually a really good example.
Angelina Jolie.
and you're a 9?
Yes.
She
I
thinks
have
she's
symmetrical
Angelina
eyes, I
Jolie
have full
standard.
lips.
Those of you watching, drag a window and put Angelina Jolie's face like right next to her face. Can you turn your face that way? More, and then turn your face the other way. Angelina Jolie caliber, everybody. Holy okay,
Thank you.
Yeah, women are delusional.
Yeah, some women are literally delusional.
Ask everyone to rate their own looks, face, body, total on a scale of 0 to 10. You can't pick 7, starting with you.
9 face, 10 body, 9 and some change, 9 and 3/4
Hold
total.
on.
5 face, 5 body, 5 total.
5 face, 6 body, so like 5 total.
I would do 5
she's
face, but
lowballing.
I would do like 7. So like 5, 6.
I feel like I have a 9 body and like a 6 face, but wouldn't that come to 7.5? 7?
Face like 8, body like 6.5. So like a total of like 7 point something.
I'll say 8 face, 8 body. So 8 total.
Face 6, body 8, whatever that is in the middle.
It's so
Why don't
awkward, people trying to
average
rate
women
themselves.
view themselves as average?
I'm not average, so I wouldn't know. I get paid for how
She's
I look.
pretty
you want me to be
average.
insecure?
For your
What are
looks.
you?
Yeah, honestly, like looking at this table, I'm gonna be honest, everyone's pretty average looking.
No, I'm kind of with him there. I think most people at that table are kind of between about a 5 and a 6-ish.
If we're looking at all of the systems where women couldn't vote, women couldn't have their own credit cards, they couldn't buy certain things, they needed men, right? That's what we call systematic oppression. Have men face that? No.
Oh,
Yes.
men absolutely have.
What
In many
systematic
different ways.
oppressions have they
Ooh,
faced?
I love that you, and I love the framing of
so
system.
intrigued.
Are you familiar with the selective service system?
No. Are we talking
Wait, how
about?
can you, hold on, how can you have any position on like equality and feminism if you don't even know the primary way and mechanism in which men can be or are oppressed? I suppose.
Okay, yes, thank you. Why don't we just call it drafting, my
Because
friend?
that's the formal
That's
term
not like
for
some
it.
gotcha
So-
where I'm using some like vague nebulous
You
term
are.
to.
That's also just the easiest example to bring up. I'm sure there's many that I can't really think of at the top of my head as well. But we both have inequalities. Men are generally better at some things and women are generally better at some other things. Like, what's hard to understand about that? But I bet this woman has only really researched oppressions and things from the history that have affected women and not men. So she doesn't actually have anything for the other side of the argument.
Okay, and who is subject to the draft in this country?
Men.
Are women ever subject to the draft or ever have?
Well, it has not occurred.
So,
well, no, but regardless, you're still going to have some badass women. So some badass women will join the army and go to fight for the country anyway. Another way to look at it as well is just like gender and responsibility roles from the past. Like until recent decades, it was normal for a woman to stay home, look after the kids, cook, clean, etc. And then it was up to the man to go out, get a job, earn a living or whatever, and actually provide for the family. And you know, if you were a man who didn't really like working, but you had to support your family, then tough shit. So even just using that as an example, there's always been certain things that men are generally better at or women are generally better at, so those roles normally fulfill that. And when it comes to fighting in war, yeah, you want men on the battleground for the most part.
Women have had the vote for over 100 years. I think that they should be subject to forced military conscription. I mean, you would have to agree, given you're a feminist,
if they want the proper equality in all
between
ways.
men and women.
Yeah.
You're shaking your head. Why is that?
Because we're not as strong as men are, and
So?
we birth kids and we birth. So that's a big thing that we do. You were born because of a woman. Like,
Exactly. So this woman, without even realising it, has basically just acknowledged that gender equality isn't actually a real proper thing. It's an idealistic thing, and that's about it. You know, women have got loads of opportunities these days, far more than they've ever had in the past. Like, I'd say we're probably as close to gender equality as you can almost possibly get, because we've been teetering on the line for ages, but there's certain things that just can't be crossed over. You're not going to give forced military conscription to women, and there's always certain jobs and roles that either women are slightly better at or men are slightly better at. Why are people trying to rewrite the rules these days? It's always been that way. There's some things in life that are reasonably black and white. Obviously, there's so much nuance around everything.
you wouldn't be here without a woman.
Exactly. We have different roles.
If women ran.
I disagree. Women can absolutely. Now, I don't think women should be involved in frontline combat.
You would not.
But women can
Not
be
generally,
part of the war
but they can if
effort.
they want to, I
So
think.
you can be in the kitchen, in the military. You can be doing administration work. You can be doing whatever the support roles. Women are
I
capable
just
of
think
doing
it should
those
be a
things.
choice for women.
Why should it have to be a choice for the women?
See, I believe on the side that it should just be a choice for women. Because again, you got some badass women out there. I've met some women who I'd have no chance against. They would pummel the absolute daylights out of me. But that's not ignoring the fact that I could easily overpower probably 98-99% of women out there.
Our duties is to literally raise civilization.
You don't, but it's not a duty.
It is,
Well, it's
unless
not
you
a
want
duty.
crackheads running around motherless.
Well, hold on. It's not a duty in the same way that men have a duty. So, for example, can
No.
women in the United States be forced against their will to have children?
Well, I
No.
don't know in what states this
Ah,
lies
no,
where
no.
you get
This isn't
raped
about
and you have to keep
abortion.
your
No.
kid.
Not
But
that-
women do have to, in some states they do.
That's not
yeah.
a
That's
comparison.
nothing
No,
to
it
do with
is.
abortion.
No, because
it's
then
not.
the entailment would have to be that the government forces women to be raped.
That's
Yeah.
that's how I read
That's-
it. Because
hold on,
why
no, no,
would
no,
I
no,
That's
have
a
to keep a
what?
kid?
That's how you read it. All right, you're not even worth listening to. Flipping Christ, some women are so deluded. Sorry, I just mean some people are so deluded. It's not just women. There's a lot of men, blah, blah, blah.
I personally don't think that this podcast and panel is going to fix shit for society, but hey, to each their own.
They already know what you're going to do. They know that even if you are only making $200 a month
Okay.
on OnlyFans, that you're going to go back so that you can have your illustrious
I will.
career in lingerie
You're right.
sales on OnlyFans.
I will.
It's not for you. It's for the hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of people who watch this. It's not for you.
Okay.
We know
Well,
what
yeah.
you're going to do.
Okay.
You're going to be a 304 for the rest of your life. But it's not. We're talking about all the people who see it.
You're rage quitting? Wait, you're rage quitting because...
I'll come back. Have an adult conversation.
This might be me just being slightly out of touch, but I don't even know what a 304 is. Oh, it's a derogatory word for hoe. That's actually quite hilarious that it comes from spelling it upside down on a calculator.
People who do full face tattoos or like that's like a communication to the world. What I perceive
is, and it's
is, oh, this
extreme
person
look.
is like been through a lot of shit.
Well, I mean, I've been through a lot, but that doesn't mean just because I look like this, that, because I know people who also been through a lot and they don't.
I see what he's saying, but it looks like those people have been through a lot. I'm sure some of them have, because some of it is probably deep set in a little bit of mental health issues. But there's a couple of people that come to my mind who had pretty normal upbringings. They went to quite good schools, etc., and they just got full of piercings and tattoos because they absolutely loved it. And I don't think they had traumatic childhoods or anything like this. But I do feel like the majority of people who look this extreme have probably got some deep set mental health issues or something, which projects to body dysmorphia or image issues, or I don't really know, but there's a big spectrum of it.
Perceiving me for just how I'm looking is actually offensive.
You don't expect people to look at you and have a particular reaction?
No, because I don't look at other people and think that way.
That's not what determines it. If
that's
you
just crazy.
Particularly look a certain way and on purpose present yourself in a way that's completely atypical, you're actually acting like it's some sort of like transgression for people to go.
Because how I see it is that whenever I look normal, people were still bullying me and treating me like no matter what.
My experience was, this person
she's got mental health issues.
Something to us with the way they look. And the communication is, correct me if I'm wrong.
The communication of how I look is just, I like art.
I don't think that's true. I think the communication is, I don't give a f***.
That's a strange perspective for her to have, though, that she thinks that her looking at other people who look normal should be the same as people who look at her and look normal. Like an average beautiful woman will go out, glam herself up, put all makeup on, do her hair up, etc. And I expect most of them will expect men to be going, ooh, and catcalling and, just like really stirring them up, etc. Because that's the appearance that they're putting out. And that's not even an extreme appearance like hers. So yeah, she's got a strange filter she's looking through if she thinks that people are going to look at her and not think she looks extreme.
My name's Avery. I'm 29, and I am in the process of going through beauty school to be a nail technician.
So you're trans, so you're male to female.
Correct. And I also just want to preface by saying that I'm very much a firm believer of biological reality and what my biology is at the end of the day. I don't believe I'm a woman. I know I'm a man.
But so in terms of your pronouns or whatever, do you...
Come on.
I don't care.
I know it's always the really outspoken trans people that you hear online. And like in most things, I'm sure the most extreme people are the most outspoken ones. So I imagine that a majority of trans people have got a very sensible point of view like this person. Let's hear her opinion.
So you're male to female.
Correct. And I also just want to preface by saying that I'm very much a firm believer of biological reality and what my biology is at the end of the day. I don't believe I'm a woman. I know I'm a man.
But so in terms of your pronouns or whatever, do you...
I don't care. I really don't care what somebody wants to call me.
And to be fair, I got so much more respect for people when they actually know reality and know like this. Fantastic. Why can't more people just see reality for what it is?
Pronouns or whatever, do you...
I don't care. I really don't care what somebody wants to call me. Call me what you want. Just don't call me late for dinner.
All right. I mean, you're trans. What do you think about some of
a good point of view.
That stuff, I guess.
Love it.
I think the current trans community and LGBT community is very, very toxic. I believe they're very much in denial. And I think that they're caring more about themselves and their comfortability and what they want for the world to perceive them as than what society actually sees them as. It's the reality.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of trans people don't like to acknowledge that. I think most trans people are jokes, to be honest.
No, and this is the thing. Until quite recently, I don't really think that anybody really cared that somebody was trans. I would cross a trans person in the street who was just a cross-dresser or whatever, and you just think whatever. But in more recent years, they've got more crazy, trying to push trans ideology onto kids and things. Kids shouldn't even know about sex and sexual orientations and all this type of stuff. You let people grow up through their child and teenage years and grow into the person they want to be. But you've got some insufferable parents who want to push their views on their young kids and mold them into the person that they want them to be. And then the biggest thing that I don't see trans people ever even trying to argue for is women's protections. They're always talking about, but if I go into a man's bathroom and I look like a woman, I'm going to get beaten up. And it's I'm sorry, but you're less than 0.1% of the population. What about the 99.9% of actual women who want their women's spaces protected? That should be the priority. How you feel inside is not biology. And again, I don't really think anybody cares. I don't care when I see a trans person. You do what you want with your adult life. But when you start forcing rules onto people who don't have a say in the matter or onto kids, that's when people like me and normal people start having an issue with it. Because now you're trying to get society to bend over backwards to what you want just because of your feelings. And I heard a funny argument recently about anorexia and transgender. People attribute anorexia with a mental disorder. Why can't people attribute transgender as a mental disorder? It's exactly the same sort of thing. It's a body dysmorphic condition or a brain/body body-linked dysmorphic condition, something like that. I'm no terminologist, if that's even a thing. But yeah, just do what you want in life. Everybody should have the free will to do what they want. Just stop forcing it on kids and the rest of society. This is what groups and clubs are for. Go join a group. Go join a club. You wouldn't see some Dungeons and Dragons wizard nerd just going around on the streets and going, yeah, and casting spells and stuff. Well, you do sometimes, then people go and make fun of them. Some care, some don't. But again, there's clubs and spaces for that. Make your own. Sorry for that tangent. This person just made so much sense that I had to go on that little bit of a rant because it is so refreshing to hear somebody actually speaking like this from reality. Maximum respect.
You also wouldn't call us ladies, though?
No, you wouldn't be ladies.
But like, how should a man treat us then?
Okay, I think you should go 50-50
what,
with the man.
OF workers?
If you're a girl, you should not have an expectation that the man pay for dates. You should not have an expectation that the man be a provider.
But at the same time, a lot of men want to pay for the dates because they want to appear chivalrous, etc.
You should not have an expectation that the man be a protector. Now, keep in mind, most men will still happily do the thing. My contention here is, do you deserve it? My answer would be, of course, no. You don't deserve it, you still get it. You don't deserve it.
And I'm sure he's not implying this, but even though those women don't deserve like gentlemanly chivalry, every woman should still be well respected by their man and looked after well. Any men who belittle or beat their partner or anything are absolute cowardly scumbags.
Look, if the man is inclined to date you, you should still be treated well. So what I'm saying here is some women will think when I say this, I mean, oh, so he should abuse.
I love his top. I love big labia. Oh dear. I wish I thought of this joke a couple of years ago now. But instead of the UK being under the Labour government, I feel like we're under the labia government at the moment.
Oh, so he should abuse me? No. Whether you're a worker, if you do, that doesn't justify you being abused or mistreated.
Nothing does.
You're right. But some people think that's what I'm saying. You should have a 50-50 egalitarian equality relationship. But when you start talking about traditional gender roles, y'all ain't traditional. You don't deserve it.
Nope. Me personally, I could never date an OnlyFans girl. The only way I could is if she hid it from me, and then the moment I found out, we'd be breaking up. To me, it shows a complete lack of self-respect and dignity, and for the most part, it shows that you're probably a really big slut, and you've probably got a body count in the hundreds. So, no thank you. Keep your STDs and toxic personality to yourself.
What is more important to you?
What is up with this girl? This girl has got one of the craziest looks of a girl I've seen in ages. It's her eyeliner or eye makeup, whatever's going on underneath. Because when I first saw her, where's the clip? In this one, this was the first one I saw her in, and I wasn't sure that by the way that she did it, it almost looked like she's got like a deformation where her lower eyelids like come out like that or something, and they're floppy, but I don't think they are. I think it's just the shading that she's done with her eye makeup. But she's just got such a strange look in her eyes. Her eyes look massive because of it. I'd be interested to see what this girl looks like without any makeup on, only for curiosity. Not really, like I'm not attracted to these people. But then she's doing the, who is it? Belle Delphine. She's the one who did that face and made it famous, I think, wasn't it? And she was a famous British slut.
What is more important to you? Your earthly, superficial, materialistic aims, or Jesus?
Jesus.
Oh,
but how
religion.
could this possibly be if you're doing something that is completely contradictory and contrary to the religion that you belong to, Catholicism?
That's a good point. I never really thought about adult work and religion before. Let's hear these people's viewpoints anyway on what they think.
Something that is completely contradictory and contrary to the religion that you belong to, Catholicism.
I really just think it's just falling back into sin. Everybody sins.
Jesus says, go and sin no more.
Yeah.
Humans are imperfect. From a religious perspective, Christians will sin. They will act imperfectly. But if you're continually bathing in sin, as you are, it's a little harder to defend than, I made this mistake, I'm trying to be a better person.
Yeah, no, that definitely is the part that I do.
Do you only do it for money?
Yeah, just to get myself stable.
I would say think about it really, really, really long and hard before going further into it if you're only doing it for money. If you're only going into this for money, you're going to come out of it very scarred and very fucked up.
You don't want more women to get into it because that's more competition for you.
I think she's given some good advice. I don't know if she's an OF worker herself, but at least she's given some decent advice and something for her to think about. Because especially if she's really young, like, I don't know, she might be 18, 19, 20 or something.
Grape is bad for certain people.
for certain people.
No, it's bad for everyone.
No, it's only bad for certain people. Here,
Andrew.
like there's women, you agree, who have orgasmed during SA.
What? That has nothing to do with whether it's SA.
Bro.
That has nothing to do with whether it's SA. Are you kidding me?
Bro, I didn't say whether or not it's SA. I said during SA.
I don't know where he's going with this, but this is a strange viewpoint. SA is never acceptable. Whether you climax or not is irrelevant.
To do with anything.
Well, bro, if that's the case, right, then was it bad for them?
Yes.
Why?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because there are overriding harms than just orgasm. I'm not saying that's not the case. What?
Perfect. So then here's the case then.
Before we go into his case, for a starter, it's unconsensual. It's a form of attack. You don't know if that person has any STDs or anything like that. So that's my initial thoughts. Let's see where he goes, I guess.
I'm not saying that's not the case. What?
Perfect. So then here's the case then. The case is like when you say for some people, right? The reason you keep saying that is because even though it's the vast overwhelming majority of people, you want to like create this little minutia outlier, right? Is it logically possible that there's ever been a woman who's been SA'd who'd enjoyed it?
Well, of course.
I am not going to.
Can you answer my question?
No.
Is it logically possible?
Logically possible? Sure.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, but that's not. I'm not ascribing.
Doesn't make it
Do
right.
you think there's ever been a single woman who's been SA'd and has enjoyed it?
I'm not going to answer the question.
Answer the question.
I'm not going to answer the question.
Well, I'll answer the question. Yes, definitely the vast minority, but this seems crazy. I don't see how you can have a viewpoint to justify it being okay to assault some people.
I'm not going to contribute to rhetoric that tries to say that there is anything good about SA.
Who said there's anything good about it?
You just said that some women orgasm, therefore that is a good of it.
No.
Well, that was just daft. SA is never all right. Right, I'm going to have to end that there today. I am starting to get very, very hot. We've still got the boiling heat wave at the moment. And these old British houses made of stones like that thick are just, they're horrible in this weather. And I swear, you walk upstairs and it's like walking into an oven. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.